top three is definitely the goal, and winning is the actual goal.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? This is Fazan and you're watching Fazzy Fitness. Let's start today's video with Regan Grimes, getting ready to step on the Olympia stage in the men's open class for the third time in his career. A lot of people forget that he competed in Classic Physique Olympia as well. That was back in 2018. And although he was never meant to fit in that smaller category, he was always meant for the open. But still, Regan did pretty well at that show, and he did place top 8 in the world in Classic Physique as well. And if we look at the upcoming Mr. Olympia and how high can Regan place, a top 8, or some people even think a top 10 finish is doubtful, because we did see a bigger version of him in the past two shows that he did, the Flex Pro Weekend and the Europa Pro. But it seems like he is still struggling to find the right formula to get shredded. But the great thing is, after winning Europa Pro Spain, he had another 6 weeks to dig deep, forget about the scale, and just focus on bringing razor-sharp conditioning. Although if we look at the flip side of it, there is another argument that if he comes in too peeled, too shredded, he won't be able to hold the fullness in his chest area. But that being said, everyone in bodybuilding, even the guys in the top 5, admire his potential. His structure is one of the best in the men's open. His back is absolutely phenomenal. He has one of the best set of hamstrings in the game. So the only weak point that he has at the moment is the fullness in his chest and his bicep peaks. But almost everyone in that Olympia lineup this year has at least one weak point. So as long as Regan brings that condition, he will be rewarded. So what did you guys think? Can Regan crack top 10 at the Olympia this year? Ours has to be mentally so strong to go beyond his comfort zone, to bring something so sharp to the stage that the others aren't willing to do so. That is why he is top 3 in the world as we speak. So, strictly speaking, from the sole perspective of who is the most shredded guy in Classic Physique, I think him and Michael will make it to the top of that list. But Ors's shape is so supreme, and that is why he was 4th in his first ever Mr. Olympia, 3rd in his second Olympia, and he is doing everything in his power to move up another spot. So what did you guys think? Can that happen this year? Can he beat Ramondino? So this response coming all the way from Ian Valier, who obviously knows how Chris is looking right now, and who has stated multiple times before that the closest to Chris Bumstead right now is Ramon, and he isn't gonna beat him this year. Next up, we have another update from Tonio Burton, staying in his lane, playing his own game. He knows he is never gonna be the biggest guy and the fattest guy on the Olympia stage, so he is gonna be super peeled, which is his calling card. Every year we see guys looking great weeks out of the show, and then they miss their mark on the show day. The guy who is in condition always sneaks past them, and that is what Tonio plans to do in 19 days. In bodybuilding, there is a famous belief that you have to look flat and small at a certain phase in your prep to look the best on the stage. So many guys are afraid to lose that fullness, and that is a big mistake. Seems like Tonio is fully committed to that process, and he is gonna look better than what we saw at the New York Pro and Cali Pro earlier this year. So we are now 19 days out of this year's Mr. Olympia, and here is an interesting response from the mutant Nick Walker. What will be considered a loss for Nick Walker this year? We all know he says anything less than the first place will be a loss. But if you think about it, if Nick isn't able to place in the top 3, which is a lot of people think he will not, that will be a huge blow to his reputation, because he moved from 5th to 3rd spot in just 1 year. And the only way he thinks this prep is gonna be a success is if he moves up at least 1 more spot. Samson, Dauda and Milos were asked the same question by Dennis James, and although they are going for the win as well, but a top 3 spot in his second only Olympia, that will be a huge win, considering that he was 6th last year. It will be definitely one of the best Olympia ever, and all of us wish to see these guys at their all-time best.
Top 10 was the goal, top 6 was a dream. And now, yeah, of course, you know, top 3 is definitely the goal, and winning is the actual goal.
Yeah.
So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.